You can start anytime you feel like it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So we'll review what happened in the market today real quickly. But just wanted to let everybody know former Chinese Premier Li K has died. State media reports. It looks like he died of some sort of heart attack or whatever, in case people want to kind of look this up. Okay, so my computer is somewhat slow. I'm using a different computer today, so I apologize if this is slower than usual. Okay,
I doubt
so
it gets slower than usual.
okay, as of right now or recently, 9 o'clock for the pre-market tomorrow, things have gone up and it looks like everything is on the green because Amazon had, I would say, decent earnings. So it has risen from the red zone about 0.25% for the Dow, close to 50 and 0.70 for the futures and S&P 500. Oil and the 10-year slightly up. Overall today, the markets were in the rojo. The Dow Jones close to $1%, lost some dinero here. S&P 500 over $1, negative or 1%. And NASDAQ was hit the hardest, which was negative $1. You can say $1.75. The Russell K did a decent, I guess, compared to the red zone here. And as you can see, I think what's causing all of this is the VIX, which is going up and down like crazy. Today it went up 2.43%. And that's basically it for the markets. Let me move this out.
When you say $1.75, you're saying like 1.75%.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Let me hold on a second. I'm trying to move this nonsense that's in my way here. Okay, so the winners: Chewy, Intel, Amazon, and Bank of America. Macy's did great. Thank you, Macy's, for that. Open, EBC, American Airlines, Square, and my Vana. I gotta look into that. Can you put Vana on the notes? I didn't buy anything on it today, so I always like to have that on my radar. We're not gonna get into the details of Chewy, but it must have had.
Made clear our arrangement. I'm sorry for that. When I said all talking, I should have said all everything. But I will try to take notes as I see fit, but it may not be good. I misstated when I spoke to you earlier, but
It's okay. I have written it down. I have written it down. You don't need to worry about it.
gracias.
Amazon. Let's look at that. It had earnings today after the market. And as you can see, it did amazing. It skyrocketed up and then it went down. So you had an opportunity to get it here and an opportunity to get it back when it went down. Skyrocketed up again. And it's been stably going up. Like I said, this has brought the futures up. And let's see how it did overall on the dia. So on the day, you can kind of say, yeah, it went down at the beginning of the day, then it picked up in half of the day after 10:30, then it went down and then it picked back up. I would say it stayed, in its range. It wasn't like overly dramatic. It went up and down. But the big event, of course, was the earnings. And as you can see, it surpassed expectations. 62% earnings beat and 1.116% on revenue. And this is a billion-dollar company, so you know it's massive. They make mucho dinero. I wouldn't blame you for getting any dips on Amazon. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at Banco. It looked like it didn't get back get to that $25 range that we like. It looks like it picked up today. I would say it's still sort of a decent buy if you want to take a little chance, but we're always waiting for that $25 mark, or sorry, below the $25 mark. But somebody likes to recommend EBC, which is much cheaper and you can get more shares. But it did a turnaround today overall. Macy's, thanks for doing a good job today. It was very good. Getting hopefully closer to our price soon. I hope it keeps going on this trajectory. It has been doing well. You know, it did a little pick me up and it's stepping into this little support area. And as you can see, if you had bought it here, you would have done amazing. It was just a nice long buy. Let's see how open, because this was on the notes yesterday. Somebody had mentioned that any pop, and this was certainly considered a pop, that you can buy it for sure. But let's see, we're still waiting for that 275 area, somebody said. But you know, I wouldn't blame you if it doesn't pop to 250, but it is still trending down, even though it had a green day. So just get it, I would say. Don't get too many shares, just get it. That way you can watch it. And if it does that pop, you can average in. But that's just my opinion, not investment advice. EBC, following along the lines of Bank of America, it had earnings and it beat earnings. It did a wonderful job compared to last time. If you look at last time at the end of Julio, it had negative earnings and positive revenue. But this time around, positive all the way. It beat earnings by 11.42% and 14.29%. So it's going on the right direction. So like I said, somebody really admires or likes the stock, and I would get it too. It could, you know, after this little pop, it could potentially go down to 10. That's the price that we're waiting for, and don't rush. It will get there when it will get there. American Airlines.
You mind if I see it on the minute chart? I don't know. I might have missed it.
No, you weren't missing it. I didn't put it. So basically, this was a wonderful long for the beginning of the dia. If you got it here when it opened up,
man, it continued its long.
And you can just, you would have done a little, like, it would have been better, as you always say, to always get it at the beginning of the day. You could have sold it here and maybe wrote it down a little bit and then gone back.
I'm just surprised it continued this long. Maybe it's coming back on now.
We shall see. We do like the $11 of the $10 price. So just, you know, if you can wait for it, wait for it. If you want to go long, that, like I said, I'm not an investment person. We'll skip Vana. Somebody doesn't like this. BA. They were trading this, the bozos. It did well. It went up for most of the day. It did like a little wave, like you can ride the wave up and down. You could have gone in multiple times, had a lot of chances. It was above VWAP most of the day. So basically any dip, you would have just gone in it. And if you got out here, that's probably your best choice. And if you were looking for a short, this probably would have been the best short time frame to do it. Let's look at the daily. This hasn't been doing too well. And as you can see, even though it had a green day, it's still going and trending down. And it had it looks like it didn't have great earnings. And I think it's going to continue to go down. And let me see where is an area of support. So it looks like it's around here. If it breaks this area here, the next potential area is the area that we have. So just wait for it if you want to get the dip. If you want to buy it, you know, that's the best way to have a little bit of patience and try to get the best price. We'll skip ASML, the chips. I'm not sure they did great. We'll skip Target. I don't really want to talk about it. Not really my thing right now. AZO we can skip. Let me see. I'm curious to see if this had earnings. Not yet. So Dollar Tree, somebody likes to look at this. So we'll look at it real quickly. Just hovering around here. It hasn't surpassed this 120. It's kind of been in a range, I would say, but it could be a good opportunity for a pop for the Santa Claus rally. People do tend to buy some stuff like for Thanksgiving and Christmas time Dollar Tree. So let's see how it did in the minute chart real quick. Again, very similar to, was it not Boeing, but yeah, maybe similar to Boeing, where you would have gone down here and kind of ride the wave up. It would have been a great long for you. Beyond Meaty, man, Gutterville. Gutterville. Dang. We'll look at Walmart. Man, this was more of a down one for, I would say. If you got it at the beginning of the day, maybe down here after the 10 minutes or so, and got out and just wrote it down, you would have done an amazing job on that trade. Hold on a second. I'm getting background noise from Gentes. My apologies, background noise, Gentes. We are still keeping a close eye watch on this. Let's put this on the notes. It's still at the highs, a 52-week high. We want to make sure that when it goes up for the Santa Claus rally at the end of the year, that we can potentially short this. This is something to be looking out, because look at the trend has been riding up every single peak. You know, it's probably going to do another peak, I think. But we should be aware if it does a little pop here, we may want to jump in with a few shares in case it does even a higher to 170 area. So we'll just
If
keep.
we can find out when, look at the earnings, it will probably be after earnings. Because
21 days.
Okay, so it's coming up in anticipation of earnings. So I'm curious to see how it reacts on earnings, whether it starts to come back down or it goes up, continues to go up, and then it would be maybe after the holidays in the new year.
Let's just put it on our notes, because we want to keep a close eye on it and we don't want to forget. McDonald's, I just like to look at this stock. It's a beautiful stock to look at. It's expensive as heck. It looks like it's doing a little turnaround, like Miss Green had said yesterday. You know, it might have done a little jump, getting people excited about the long, but it could potentially get back down to this 50 to 50 area. But we do want to get the best precio. It is expensive, but when it gets down here, you want to make sure that you do get some shares, because it's worth it. Home Depot, we're still observing this. Is very, oh, there you go. We just got to keep watching out for this. It's getting there. So it broke 280. And now we have to see if it breaks this 275-ish area. Something to look out for. It might even surpass it. So we'll continue to observe this area that we have down here. It could break it tomorrow. And then the next area that we have is 237. You never know. It could get down there. Winter is about to start. So, you know, this is an area that it was pre-pandemic, and it could potentially get there. So interesting. We'll continue to watch this, and this might be a good opportunity for folks in Webland over there to get it. Just wait the price. Be paciente. Let me just look at real quick at Netflix just to see what it has been doing. So, you know, it had earnings. It had a big gap up. been scuffling around here. Boom, it went up a little bit, but now it has gone back to the level. So we'll see. Maybe it does go back down, but I don't know. To fill this app, it could potentially, but who knows? Maybe it goes back. We want to see if it gets to that 450 area to short it. We'll continue to observe it. Subaru will skip. We'll look at XOM. Just some folks are in this stock that I know. It's 107, so it's been going down again, which is good for techs and airlines. So we'll continue to observe this. But again, this is very volatile, just sort of like the VIX. So, this could change at any minute. Who knows? Tomorrow could be 100, and then the day after that, 120. Who knows? So we'll just keep looking at it and just be aware. Google got slapped yesterday, and it got slapped today. So if you shorted this 2 days in a row, you have been making some really good money, even though it had good. I didn't think it had such bad earnings, really. It wasn't even that bad. But hey, the sentiment and the guidance or whatever spooked out investors.
I was
But
thinking it was weaker than other tech stocks comparatively based on relative earnings. It seemed as if it wasn't as strong as others. But I agree with you. I didn't think it was bad, but
I didn't think it was that bad. And overall, Google was very strong throughout the year in terms of stock. But again, they like to play these mind games, and it made it go down. They just want a correction or whatever. So we'll see. I think it's going to get that 116 area that we had predicted. So there may be a little bounce here. So when in doubt, let's zoom out.
it's just people taking money, basically.
Yeah, I don't blame them either. So just watch for this level 116.44 that we had marked. It'll probably get down there. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe
I thought it would go up a little bit more and get to all-time highs again, like in
it
20.
might do a little jump mañana. Who knows? But maybe it'll get back to this level 116.44. We'll see. Time will tell. But yeah, if you've been shorting it, congratulations, my friend. The Tesla, Tesla has been also slapped by earnings. Every day it has been going down, so probably tomorrow will go down too. So what can I tell you? It'll probably get to this level at one point or another. It might do a flat day, who knows? Maybe tomorrow, but not looking good for our beloved Elon. Sam will skip, Nvidia will skip, Freshly Pet did well today. It has been playing mind games with us, but we got 11 days, so prepare yourself for a dumpster fire, hopefully. Mansana, sorry, I'm getting background noise again. I have to tell Hentes. Apple, not looking good. Every day, every mountain has been going down. If it does a little uptick, it will probably continue to go down. We have a level marked here at 140 area. It already surpassed this peak area that we have also marked. So no other support area that I see of, unless it's right here, maybe 145, but we have it between 145 and 140. So we'll continue to, why are you taking my savannah? Whatever.
Long live the savannah.
Stop, bro. Anyway, sorry. Interrupted by the gorillas. So yes, just if you are shorting this or have been shorting this since this 200, congratulations, my friend. Yeah, I think it's going to continue to go down for a little bit before it goes back up. Piton, gutter land, just be careful with this. It could squeeze up, so there is still hope. put this on the notes to find out how much percentage is being shorted, because it could do like you said, there is hope for it to do a squeeze at some point. Coin 75.85, it dropped today. So if somebody was shorting this and got it today, they will have done decent. Let's see how it looks on the minute chart. So basically, it was kind of bouncing around at the beginning of the day, but then come 11 o'clock, as somebody likes to observe that time frame, it dropped like a rock, boom, 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 all the way till 1 o'clock. Uber, oh, so these are the losers. Uber, and let's see, let's look at Softy. Softy, so let's see. Also a failure of a day. So if you shorted a Softy, congratulations, my friend. Basically, just ride it down. Ride the wave down. It did pick up at the beginning of the end of the day in the post market, and I think Amazon had to do something with it, just made sure.
We have earnings too.
This passed, didn't it?
I was just curious as to when.
Yesterday.
Okay, so they're all around the same time. So this kind of went down and it had decent earnings. Okay.
But it did well compared to Google. So Google went down and this went up. But today, Google did, Softy did tank. So yes, so that's telling you that the techs are not doing that well. Okay, Metalicious. Hold on a second. I did some crazy thing here. Let me just. So it went down. And I got out too early. I had a few shares and I got some out here and I made like $50. I did try to get here. I did like 2 shares or whatever, but I thought it was gonna get to 300 and then I got out or whatever too early. But if I would have rode in it, I would have made more dinero. I don't usually get into stock. I'm kind of scared of it. It's a little expensive for me. But this would have been somebody's trade if they would have been paying attention. Let's see. Nikete. I'm surprised that this went down because Macy had gone up, like the retail. So, but this have been doing well every day. So it just did a little backflip today and just went boom. But Macy's went up. So muy interesante. Rivian traded this today. It did well and went down, and it's going to continue to go down. It's just stepping and it's going to get down here. 14. Caro, and that's it. Taco Bell, I'm not going to talk about. I do have a few minutes.
Do we want to listen to the video from last night? I know.
Somebody's paying attention to football games, so I think it should be done on Sunday.
Okay. Who is that?
Some folks are paying attention to football, so let's keep it for Sunday. Maybe I can look at some real quick summary. Let's look at this real quick, and then we'll get out in 5 minutes or less than 2 minutes.
Who told you football is on?
I said someone. Amazon reports better than expected results as revenue jumps 13%. So, pardon me. Amazon blew past analyst expectations for revenue and earnings in the third quarter. Revenue jumped 13% in the quarter, a sign that business is seeing more acceleration after a difficult 2022 that was marred by soaring inflation and rising interest rates. The midpoint of Amazon's fourth quarter forecast was below analysts' estimates. So let's see, let's look at this quickly. Amazon reported third quarter revenue, blah, blah, blah. Here are the results. Earnings per share, 94 versus 58. Revenue, 143 bill versus 141.4 bill. Investors are also following the segment numbers. Web services 23.1 bill versus 23.2. So that went a little bit down. Advertising 12.1 billion versus 11.6, so that went up. Amazon said fourth quarter sales, which included key holiday period, will be between 160 bill and 167. Analysts are expecting revenue of 166 according to LSEG. At the midpoint of its guidance range, revenue of 163.5 billion will be represent 9.6% from 149.2 billion a year earlier. Revenue jumped 13% in the third quarter, a sign that business is seeing some acceleration after a difficult 2022. Amazon has been cost-cutting mode for the past year, and as it became clear that it expanded too quickly during the pandemic. The company has laid off 27K employees since last fall and has axed some of its more unprofitable bets. Let's see. Sales in Amazon's core e-commerce business continue to recover, expanding a 7% year over year after a 4% in the previous quarter. The September quarter includes the results of this year's Prime Day promotion, which took place in July. Amazon is described as the biggest ever sale, of course. Net income more than tripled, 9.9 billion or 94 cents per share from 2.9 billion or 28 cents a share a year earlier. Amazon's results follow better than expected numbers from Alphabet and Meta earlier this week. However, shares of both those companies fell after their earning reports. Dun, dun, dun. Alphabet investors were concerned about the disappointing revenue in the Google Cloud division, while Meta's sell-off resulted from cautionary comments regarding the ad market and the escalating conflict in the Middle East. I'm not going to continue reading. But yes, that's a little synopsis there. I will let you go a little bit earlier so people can go read and have some time to themselves to analyze more stocks if they want to, or just go, relax. That's all I got. Madama?
Enjoy your football game.
Oh yes, so somebody had indicated that GM and Ford were tanking. But it looked like it tanked at the beginning and then it picked back up and jumped back up. Let's look at Ford real quick. So Ford did better than GM. It was a tank fest and it just kept down there in this onsa level. Okay, so I'm running out of batteries. I will let you go. Have a
What
great
about GM?
I showed you GM. You weren't paying attention. I said GM did better than Ford because it went down and then kind of stabilized and picked back up.
Yeah, GM was the sympathy play. Ford was the actual earnings.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I will let you go. This thing is about to die.
Enjoy the game.
Yes, ma'am. I will talk to you mañana.
Who's playing?
I don't know.
I think you said someone was watching the game. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, I said someone. Doesn't mean it's me.
Well, it's only two of
us. The TV is upstairs, and I will find that out when I go upstairs.
Have fun. Enjoy.
Yes, I will go to sleep. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.